Hey guys, back this week for another video. So just a quick thing, moving forward, I'm going to be referring to these particular videos, specifically the ground trick based ones, as my buttering breakdown series. Mostly to keep these things organized, as I do hope to provide other tips and tricks on this channel besides just trick tutorials, and this is just a good way for me to get them separated into playlists. So just a heads up. Anyways, moving on. For anyone who watched my last video, thank you guys. I hope it was helpful. And thank you again for coming back to my channel. And for anyone new to this channel, thank you guys as well. So first things first, I'm not an instructor, I'm not an expert, and I'm by no means a master. I'm just your average guy with a passion for snowboarding, and I wanted to use this account to help share some of the things I've picked up along the way, or wish that I had been told when I was first learning. My goal is to make these things quick and easy to understand, so I'll try to keep them simple without being too technical. And with that said, let's get to it. So what is an Ollie? Simply put, an Ollie is one way for us to jump with our snowboard. And for this video, I'm going to go over these major points. 1. How to do an Ollie or breaking down an Ollie. 2. Ollie, don't pop. 3. Let the board do the work. 4. One fluid motion. And then 5. Practice. So with that said, let me get into my board and we'll get to it. Point number 1, how to Ollie or breaking down an Ollie. As I said before, an Ollie is a way for us to jump with our board. This is an Ollie. When learning Ollies, I like to break it down into two very distinct movements, 1 and 2. For those who watched last week's video, that first movement is going to be incredibly familiar. As I just mentioned, Ollies can be broken down easily into two very distinct steps. 1, a tail press, and 2, the jump. So let's go ahead and practice that. 1, tail press, 2, the jump. One more time, 1 and 2. Now why? To answer this, let's move on to point number 2. Ollie, don't pop. Springing off our tail is what actually makes an Ollie an Ollie. We don't just want to be jumping up. While jumping up is a perfectly fine way to get some air, and there's definitely uses for it, it's what is referred to as a pop. It is different from an Ollie, so try to keep these two differences in mind. Remember, for this video, we are practicing our Ollie. Point number 3, let your board do the work. The whole point of that tail press in is to make the board do the work. By sliding our weight to our tail, we get this springiness in our board that wants to launch us up. Before I move on to point 4, let's go ahead and just get a few more practice Ollies in. So 1, 2. Awesome. Point number 4, one fluid motion. So for most of this video, I've been doing these as two separate motions. You tail press first, and then you launch up. As you practice your Ollies, they should be getting smoother and faster to the point where these two motions kind of combine into one fluid motion. Instead of this, it should look more like this. Point 5, practice. Just like with any other ground tricks I will be covering in the future, or even the previous one, you really just want to practice. Again, practicing indoors will feel different compared to on the mountain, but training your body to at least know the movements needed to do these tricks will make the transition a lot easier. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful and something you can work on today. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I'll try to answer it as soon as I can. Have fun out there and stay safe.